Imagine waking up in the morning, but instead of feeling refreshed, you feel exhausted and stressed, already worrying about the tasks ahead. For most of us, we don't even have to imagine this, it's already our reality. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about fatigue and stress and how important it is for us to find solutions to these. In the audience survey, I asked you to rate your stress level during a school semester on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being constant stress, and 83.4% of you answered a 4 or 5. To continue, all of you said that you feel tired during the day, at least sometimes, and about half of you said you often or always feel tired. Only 16.7% of you feel well rested and productive consistently. As a student athlete, I am tired and stressed all the time, so I researched this topic to find the best solutions. I studied academic journals, real-world examples, and national studies to find the data and statistics to support my claim. Today, I'll be discussing a realistic and effective solution to reducing fatigue and stress. First, I'll discuss the scope of the issue and how it's affecting college students. Second, I'll offer a solution to decreasing stress and fatigue. And finally, I'll demonstrate how implementing this can look in your life. Now that we understand what we're talking about, let's go ahead and discuss this growing issue. The problem is that many college students suffer from fatigue and stress. Kiana Anchetta is an honors college student at Florida Atlantic University. She wrote an article about her story. In the article, she explained how she became a social media influencer. She was a full-time student working 2 jobs, working out 5 days a week with a busy social life. So she had that seemingly picture-perfect life. But social media didn't show the true story. Kiana was exhausted, only getting 4 hours of sleep at night. She was tired, unproductive, and ashamed of her lack of energy. Eventually, she couldn't even get out of bed and fell way behind in her schoolwork. It was only once Kiana addressed and admitted her problem that she started to find herself again. She started going to therapy, which helped to relieve her stress and fatigue. She had been facing a real serious problem, and she's not the only one. Across the country, college students have high levels of stress and fatigue. Research has shown that students are not getting enough sleep. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that adults get at least 7 hours of sleep. However, in the 2024 National College Health Assessment, more than 75% of students report less than 8 hours of sleep on weeknights. Students are not getting sustainable or consistent sleep. This lack of sleep is causing fatigue and affecting academics. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, daytime alertness is directly affected by sleep quantity and quality. They found that students with sleep disorders are more likely to receive lower grades in reading and math. And college students who pulled all-nighters more often are more likely to have lower GPA. In addition, college students are overworked, which is causing stress. The National Library of Medicine conducted a study with students at a medical university in Vienna. They found that study duration had a direct relationship with stress. Studying for more than 4 hours increased fatigue in students the next day significantly. The demanding workloads of being a full-time student are huge determinants in stress and fatigue. Especially as we near the end of this semester, many of us are feeling more fatigued and stressed. Only 2 out of the 12 respondents to the class survey averaged above 7 hours of sleep. Furthermore, only 2 respondents said that they feel well rested and productive consistently. Moreover, only 2 rated their stress level lower than a 4, and both of these were still at a 3. These problems are real and they're affecting all of us. Now that we know the severity of the issue of fatigue and stress, let's discuss the solution to this. One way to decrease stress and fatigue is exercise. Studies by the Journal of Sleep Research found that exercise has a positive impact on sleep. Sleep duration had a direct relationship with the presence of high-intensity exercise. While exercise is helpful, it's not the best solution for college students. The National Library of Medicine examined that many college students feel that they don't have time to exercise. Traveling to a gym can be difficult for many, and even finding access to a gym can be difficult and expensive for college students. The solution to getting better sleep is getting outside daily. Spending time outside can include a wide variety of activities. You can enjoy the outdoors with others, with things like hiking, camping, picnics, and sports. The outside can also be a great place to be alone. You can take walks or just sit out in the sunlight. Even doing homework and answering emails on your porch is a great way to get outdoors. Being outside can be as easy or as complex as you want, but it's always fun. Time outside has direct impacts on decreased stress and fatigue. Our circadian rhythm, which is our body's sleep-wake cycle, is strongly influenced by exposure to light. The United States Department of Health and Human Services explains that light and dark are the number one influence to our circadian rhythm. When our circadian rhythm falls out of sync, that's what causes this drowsiness and fatigue. Exposure to sunlight during the day strengthens our circadian rhythm. The Psychology, Health, and Medicine Journal analyzed a cross-sectional study of students in Brazil. They found that individuals with more exposure to sunlight had better sleep than those without. And those who did feel excessive drowsiness demonstrated negative emotions and frustration. Getting in the sun directly affects our sleep patterns and moods. To continue, time outdoors decreases stress levels. According to the British Journal of Educational Psychology, a study in Germany measured the cortisol levels of children in indoor school versus outdoor school. Cortisol is our body's stress hormone, so high cortisol levels, especially for a long period of time, can cause health issues. The study found that outdoor students had a 60% probability of having a net decrease in cortisol throughout the day. On the other hand, indoor school students had a net increase in cortisol levels each day. Now, some people claim that they don't have enough time to get outside every day. I will refute this in two ways, by turning the tables and exposing inconsistencies. First, I will turn the tables by showing how spending time outside does not have to take any additional time out of your day. The outdoors are often associated with high adventure or all-day activities, but it doesn't have to be this way. The outdoors can easily be incorporated into our everyday activities. You can complete your schoolwork out on your porch or do your exercise outside instead of inside. So many of our daily chores can be moved outside with zero time taken from our day and so many benefits added. Second, I will expose inconsistencies on the claim that there's not enough time to get outside. The class survey showed that over 90% of you have at least 30 minutes of free time each day, and only 1 out of the 12 respondents claimed less than 30 minutes of free time. But this is still not a valid excuse to not get outside. Many daily tasks, including our homework for this course, can be completed outdoors. Claiming no time to get outside each day is just not true. Even small amounts of time can have big benefits in our lives. Now that we know that spending time outside is the best way to improve our sleep and reduce our stress, let's see what implementing this into our lives can look like. Picture this. You finally finish a long day of endless classes, never-ending work, and countless hours of studying. Your body aches from standing all day, but you don't have time or motivation to work out. So you crawl into bed and spend hours scrolling on your phone because you just can't fall asleep. You feel unproductive and that the day was just too full for anything else. You toss and turn in bed, already dreading tomorrow. Now, let's imagine this same day with just one small change. You go about your normal daily tasks, but instead of rotting away in the dark, stale library tomb, you find a table outside in the sun to study at. You get home from class, work, and studying feeling surprisingly energized, so you go on a walk. You lay in bed feeling accomplished from a very busy but productive day. You fall asleep within minutes and enjoy quality sleep the whole night, excited to start the new day tomorrow. Just adding one simple change into our day makes a huge impact on our life. Finding a way to get outside every day allows you to live a happy and fulfilling life. Now, let me tell you exactly how you can make this your reality. Today, I've explained the importance of time outdoors and reducing fatigue and stress. First, I examined how fatigue and stress from lack of sleep are a prevalent problem for college students. Second, I introduced the solution, which is time outdoors. And finally, we saw how this helped improve sleep patterns and reduce stress. To choose a peaceful and productive life now, spend 30 minutes of your time studying for our final outside. Then find time each day to get outside. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you can find time to be outside. Changing your life can be easier than you ever thought. It only takes 30 minutes.